Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. Going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today, and because I already know I'm going to end up butchering the name of some of these dungeons if I try to say them, we're just going to go with the fact that this is the first dungeon in the Dawn Trail expansion. Now, just a reminder, whenever you're first beginning these dungeons and new expansions, that you are going to be the same level as the enemy, along with having the item level that is equivalent to doing the content. So you are going to be taking a lot higher damage than you normally would be if you're going from like the previous level 90 dungeons to the first level 92 dungeon. Your damage you're going to take is going to be significantly higher. So healers, tanks, make sure you're watching out for this, use your cooldowns appropriately, and you focus more on your actual job instead of doing damage. For these first couple birds, they have a line AoE that they can use. So you want to just face them away from the rest of the group, so that kind of goes off the platform instead of towards the party. The second fight has no abilities that you'll need to watch out for. For the third fight on the boat, they will also have line AoEs, so again, just face them off the platform. Once you make it off the boat, you'll be heading towards the first boss. For the first boss, when you start off the fight, he'll do a Puniti Press ability. This is going to do party-wide damage that you'll just need to heal through. He'll then do Hydra Wave. The first time that he does this, it is faced at the tank, so you'll just want to move out of it. He'll then go to the side of the platform and cast Resurface. Make sure that you're not standing inside of the AoE, and then shortly after it goes off, you'll need to start dodging between large circular AoEs and then along with line AoEs also. Towards the end of this ability, there will be a fly trap that will spawn and begin to cast a donut AoE around itself, so you just want to make sure that you're moving into this to avoid being hit, and then everyone repositioning out of the Hydra Wave that will follow shortly afterwards. He'll then begin to cast his Song ability. This is going to summon several other adds on the platform. There will be ones that will do cone AoEs at party members, and you'll just want to face these away from the rest of the party. And then there will be other ones that will do very large circular AoEs that you'll just want to move away from other party members to avoid overlapping. Once the adds finish their abilities, then they will become targetable, and you'll just need to AoE them down quickly. The boss will then go back to the center of the platform and cast Shore Shaker. This is going to do an expanding AoE, so you'll want to wait for the first one to go off before positioning into the empty circle in the middle to avoid the follow-up AoEs. He'll then go to the side of the platform and cast Resurface again. This will work the exact same way as the previous one, so make sure you're not standing in the initial AoE. and then be ready to dodge the very large circular AoE in the beginning, and then follow up smaller circular AoEs and line AoEs. Then reposition quickly into the donut AoE for the fly trap, and then dodge the hydro wave. He'll then do his press ability again, causing party-wide damage. Before going back to the center of the platform and using his song ability again to summon the additional adds. Again, make sure that the cone AoE is facing away from everyone else, and then the circular AoEs are not overlapping so that you don't hit other party members. All of the adds seem to follow the enmity of the current party, so they will all rush towards the tank, which is very good for picking them up and AoEing them down. For the next two groups, you want to watch out for the circular AoE that the treant will do around itself. For the next two groups, the large green ad has a circular AoE it does around itself. And this should bring you to the second boss. Uppercut is just going to be a tank buster that you'll want to try to mitigate as much as you can. He'll then go to the center of the platform and cast Sow. This is going to put several seeds around the platform. You can see where they land, but that's not the exact location that the AoE that follows shortly afterwards will pop up. So you'll want to make sure you're ready to quickly move out of these. When the vines come out of the ground, they will have an arrow pointing in a certain direction. This is the area that they're going to slap down on with a large line AoE. So while they're in the process of charging up, just make sure that you're looking at these arrows and finding a safe spot. After the initial slap, they will rotate and then grow in size, causing much larger line AoEs. So again, while they're charging up, just make sure that you're finding the open safe spot. He'll then do a large cone AoE and cast Sneeze. You just want to move out of this before going towards the north side of the platform and casting Spit. This is going to throw out multiple adds. You don't need to avoid standing in these, as they don't cause any damage when they turn into adds, but they are all going to focus on a singular party member that you'll want to then go over and pick all of these up. While this is happening, the green ones will throw out circular AoEs around themselves, and the blue ones will target party members and cast circular AoEs on them. but you'll just pick them all up and AoE them down. He'll then target a random party member for the sneeze again, so just make sure that you're moving behind him. Before doing another uppercut tank buster. Now the animation does not show that this is an AoE ability, but the actual animation on the ground looks like it is, so you may just want to make sure that you're away from other party members just to be safe when he does the uppercut. He'll then go back to the center of the platform and cast So again, bringing more vines onto the platform, where you'll just check the position of the lines that they are shooting out to make sure that you're not standing in these. They'll then grow in size one more time and then slap down again on a different part of the platform. So again, just check the opening and reposition. He'll then pick another party member, casting the sneeze. Essentially the fight's just kind of repeating at this point. The uppercut is again another tank buster. And then you'll go into another ad phase if you don't finish him off here. For the next two set of enemies, the large ones at the end have a cone AoE that you'll want to move out of, along with the Puma also having a cone AoE. And then the potted plants just make annoying sounds that honestly sound like nails on a chalkboard to me, so possibly if you want to turn your game sounds down, it bugged the hell out of me. Get a little glimpse of an enemy here. And then we have 3 more Pumas. Each can do their cone AoEs. 1 more of the dinos, which will also have his cone AoE. And then 3 more of the potted plants with their annoying sounds. And this should bring you to the final boss. Now for Apollyon, whenever you pick him up, he'll start off the fight with Razor's Zephyr. This is just going to do a large line AoE at a random party member that you just need to move out of. He'll then follow up with Blade, which is going to be his tank buster ability. Before jumping to the center of the platform, where a couple wild enemies will come in and start attacking the boss. You do not need to pick these up, but the boss will then cast High Wind, causing party-wide damage and killing the ads. He'll then consume one of them, and this is going to buff one of his extremities. For us, we got the wings first. This will cause him to jump around the platform, and then from his landing point after 3 jumps, he'll cast a quad blade out that you'll need to move out of. He'll then jump 3 more times before casting his quad blade 1 more time. So you'll just reposition out of each of these. He'll then go back to the center of the platform and cast Levin Sickle. This is going to do 4 circular AoEs on the platform. After this AoE goes off, 2 of them will remain on the platform and begin casting cone AoEs that you'll need to move between to avoid being hit. Then after the second AoE, there will be circular AoEs on all party members, so you'll just want to spread out to avoid overlapping these. He'll then go back to the center of the platform and more ads will come out and start attacking him. He'll follow with another high wind to damage the party and kill the ads before consuming another of them. This again is just going to buff one of his extremities. This time we got his forearms, so this is going to cause his blade tank buster to become an AoE. So make sure that you're away from the rest of the party. After the tank buster though, there will be a donut AoE around the tank. So you want to be standing close to the tank buster so you can reposition into the donut AoE afterwards. He'll then jump to one side of the platform, doing a platform wide AoE. So you'll have to get behind him to avoid this. After this, he's going to cast Wind Whistle. This is going to do a circular AoE on one side of the platform that will begin to rotate around the platform, and as it rotates around, it will shoot out line AoEs. While this is happening, the boss will cast Razor Zephyr, so you'll need to watch your positioning in between the line AoEs from the Wind Whistle, along with the boss's line AoE from the Razor Zephyr. He'll then cast Thunder 3, causing all party members to take damage from a circular AoE, so make sure that you're not overlapping these. Before going back to the center of the platform and casting another Levin Sickle. Again, 2 of the circles will stay behind afterwards, each doing cone AoEs, so you'll just need to move between these to avoid being hit. Instead of doing Thunder 3, this time he'll follow up with a Razor Zephyr, which is going to do another line AoE at a random party member before doing a high wind for party-wide damage. At this point, he'll start to repeat the fight, going into another Wind Whistle. So it'll rotate around the platform with its line AoEs. Make sure you're standing in between them, along with the line AoE from the boss himself with Razor Zephyr. And then a Thunder 3 after the last AoE goes off from the Wind Whistle. Shortly afterwards, he'll follow up with another Blade Tank Buster. And then back to the center of the platform for another Levin Sickle phase. Again, 2 of the AoEs will stay behind, doing cone AoEs, and you'll just move between them to avoid them. But this is going to be it for the first dungeon of Dawn Trail. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.